This is a review for Firepower by Judas Priest, out March 9th, and it was produced by Andy Sneap. The new Judas Priest album is the best Priest album in a long time. It sounds like a modern Judas Priest. Like, the production gives it this real punch that I felt maybe the last two records were lacking. And I know some fans might not like that. They prefer the looser sound. Doesn't sound as compressed. But I think this is what a modern Judas Priest should sound like, and I think it suits him well. All the instruments sound brighter. The singles they release kind of kick off the album, they give that 1-2 punch, and that might worry a listener, considering that when you front load the singles, put them all the way at the top, kind of gives the message like, okay, so you're gonna give us the best stuff first, but what about the rest of the album? But fortunately, the singles don't really, they're great, but there's a lot of also great stuff on the rest of the album. Everybody's on form performance-wise, but Glenn Tipton specifically, when you think about his not recent diagnosis, but it came out that he had Parkinson's disease, and the fact that he was still able to pull off all these riffs and all these blistering solos, he's really the MVP of this record. Rob Halford too, he's really on form. There's some moments where he actually sounds like King Diamond, which I thought was cool. I know they have the same vocal range, but some of those vocal lines kind of reminded me of King Diamond's old records. I'd say the only complaint I have with this record is that it runs a little long. It's an hour, but it runs a little long in the sense that some of the songs sound the same, and they're not necessarily bad songs, but when you have a lot of the songs and a lot of them have the same kind of lyrical content, kind of your metal tropes, your metal stereotypes, that can kind of make it a long listen. Like, by the end of the track, by the end of, I think it was Red Sea or Sea of Red, track 14, I was like, okay, well, it was cool. Like, this is great. 11 tracks, 12 tracks in, but 14 tracks, and they all start kind of sounding the same. You kind of think about, maybe they could have cut 2 or 3 of those tracks out, make it a more concise album. Kind of like, I guess a lot of the older bands do this, where they really don't have editing, or they don't have that self-edit. Metallica, the double album. Iron Maiden too, with the Book of Souls. But overall, it's a great album. Their best work, solid, 9 out of 10. Only, negatives are, of course, the album's length and lyrical content, but at the same time, I don't think people really listen to Judas Priest for their lyrical content. I think they listen for more so the performances in the band. And if you're a Judas Priest fan, you'll be excited. If you're not, if you're a young metal fan, you should definitely check this album out, because you'll enjoy it. And if you're not a Judas Priest fan, this probably won't make you a Judas Priest fan, but this is an album I think that it's definitely worth checking out. Thanks.